Hello everyone and welcome back guys to more iRacing, where today we're here back with more of the VRS GT3 series. Of course, if you missed out on the video from last week where we started the all-new campaign in the new Mercedes AMG GT3 Evo, I would highly recommend you go back and check it out. But today, we're here at Long Beach, and not too sure why that guy's immediately jumped out of the way. 40 minutes ahead of us though. This one's going to be very difficult, especially as I'm starting right towards the very back, down in 26th place. What on earth is going on already? This is carnage, and we haven't even made it round to the final corner just yet. Car's absolutely sat there in the way, because we're going to try and get a nice run out of the final corner. You've got to be able to pick up pieces early on, otherwise things could go disastrously wrong. There is at the inside of a couple more cars by the time we get back round to the start-finish line then. But yeah, 40 minutes ahead of us though, around Long Beach tonight. Of course, the key in races like this is just to not pick up damage, as this guy can have a look back up the inside down at turn 1. I mean, he tried to swing out there to give me there's Ferrari behind, trying to have a look for it down through the, well, not the swimming pool, sorry, down through the roundabout on this opening lap. But yeah, really just want to probably try and spend the first 10-15 minutes just kind of getting into the groove, everything like that. Unfortunately, I messed up my qualifying. I got 2 0x's in qualifying. Now, the second one on the replay didn't even look like I'd hit the wall, so it must have been incredibly close there, which was a little bit frustrating. Although, to be fair, I think first down to 24th was separated by just 1 second here. That goes to show just how competitive and how close the GT3 field is here on iRacing. Like I said, nice 2K SOF race for a Wednesday night, so I think picking up places is going to be all about just patience and also just trying to take your chances where you can. But I mean, yeah, good variety of cars as well there as I'm messing up the final sector on this open lap. Of course, I'm in the Merc, as I will be throughout the entirety of the season. We've got Lambos, we've got Audis, we've got Porsches, Ferraris. I've even seen a couple of the BMWs as well, and a McLaren. I think the only thing I haven't seen is the 4GT, so it's a nice varied grid. As there we go, end of lap 1 there, up to 20th place, which has already saved us a fair old chunk of iRacing. But now the real question is, how long am I going to spend looking at this Porsche over the course of today as well? There, it's back down through the roundabout section once more. Yeah, the Merc, I mean, I've always said this, you know, it feels quite sort of like a big heavy lumber bus, but also is a pretty safe car to drive. There's to see the Lambo up the road not having fun through that horrible corner there. So, now what I did there was lock the rears, trying to avoid an accident. That's rather frustrating, as the Lambo, no idea why he slowed down on the racing line. But yeah, I think we picked up a tiny bit of front end damage there. We were pretty low speed going into the wall, but yeah, so desperately tried to avoid the cars in front. May have slightly taken myself out early on in this race there, and that's going to make the day a whole lot more difficult. Not really sure where we could have gone in that situation, and there might have been an avenue down the middle in the end, but like I said, we're so desperate to just try and get the car slowed down and avoid it. But yeah, accidentally just locked up there. It seems to still be a bit of concertina and up down through the final corner. Been pleasantly surprised with just how well this Merc actually handles that final turn around here. But yeah, the Porsche, I mean, I don't know what the Lambo was doing there, to be honest, why he'd stopped on the racing line, or at least got on the anchors about 100 metres too early. But yeah, now we're back down to P26 then, so all that glory on the opening lap immediately has been undone. And a bit like the TCR race we did last week from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, now we're going to try and fight our way through from the back. Still feel like the car's got pretty decent pace in it, and of course fuel strategy, everything like that can have quite a big effect here as well. Of course, the Long Beach pit lane, an absolute age to get through, you know, so long and so slow. I mean, yeah, we did have 30 cars crammed in, so I don't think that's going to be the last incident. There's more smoke, someone else has gone round, and we're immediately picking up places once more. I think, yeah, today is going to be damage limitation then. Also, you know, a good race for SR, very difficult to pick up off-tracks around here, as the leader already matching his qualifying times. But yeah, as long as we don't pick up 4X's for wall contact, I think, yeah, if you can get to the end of a race like this, you're probably in for a bit of an SR boost. Just trying to glide our way through the final couple of corners. Slowly. That was very close to the inside wall. Luckily the curb there kind of pushes you away from it as best as possible. But out of the final corner then once more. What's this lap going to be then? The sort of a first representative for the day. We've definitely got aero damage, which is going to make overtaking very, very difficult. But still, inside the 120s, which I can be pretty happy with. Let's just settle down then, focus, try and get into a routine.
Yellow flag, caution.
Got more yellow flags out as we head down through the final sector of the lap. Again, we're just going to get so many calls for yellow flags, and then a lot of them, either they'll sort themselves out. As you can see, McLaren up the road there, side by side with another driver. Yeah, all over the back end of this gaggle of cars once more. I mean, it's such a tight SOF that I think, yeah, trying to get any iRacing today is going to be near impossible now, thanks to that early mistake. But you can just see cars everywhere duking it out back down towards turn 1. More yellow flags out. Something's kicked off. That's a Merc gone. So we'll have another place as now very, very much joined this traffic jam here early on in the race. Let's just wait and see whether opportunities can open up for us. Otherwise, yeah, this one, really try and get the power down. Luckily, the Merc does grip up again, not quite like its GT4 counterpart. It likes to get very, very loose and lively when you try and lean on the traction control. The GT3 is still fairly planted and does allow a bit of slide. You know, it's got enough power to try and allow that back end to kick out. As Merc in front into the wall. That's not what you did want to do. That's going to be more damage for him. And I think, yeah, the BMW there did a pretty good job to not panic behind him. As the Merc actually looking for a move on the Audi down into the final few corners. The BMW gets spat out. This time around we make it through. We're going to send it on the Audi down at the final corner. And he's going to punt me off into the wall. Thanks for that one. And that's a failed attempt there, but again, luckily, should be very little damage at most there. Annoyingly, though, a 4X. It's all getting a bit complicated early on here.
14.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Audi straight on at turn 1 and I have to avoid him. I'm not a fan of this guy's driving. He's all over the road at the moment. Doesn't really seem to know what he's doing or where he is. And we've got to try and get round him sooner rather than later. He's very, very slow as well. He's slow on the straights and still somehow braking early into the corners. Let's see if we can try and make a move work on him as we head down the next straight.
Car right. Right side's clear.
Big send.
Car right.
Tried to stop the rears from locking again. As he's going to go defensive, surely now we can just switch back on him on the exit of the corner. Come on, nice big run. Getting the slipstream, huge rear wing on the Audi, but surely we can have a look to the inside here. No wonder the Merc sent it on him. So this time around he's actually going to try and outbrake us, and now he's finally working out where he can brake. Down in towards the final few corners of the lap. We won't send it this time round. Down at the final hairpin.
Car right. Clear right.
There was a McLaren on the inside there. I hadn't even spotted him on the exit, so we are picking up places once more. But yeah, I need to try and move past this Audi. He's definitely costing us a lot of time. And he keeps making little mistakes as well, which are going to make it very, very difficult there. He's almost back inside the top 20 once more of this race. He's braking very, very early down at turn 1, but nothing going this time around as we'll hang on board as we head back through the roundabout. Yeah, very, very intense racing here, especially, you know, if you start at the back, it can really sort of set the tone for a long old afternoon. You know, it is a bit like Monaco in many regards, as we might again try it down at the end of this straight.
On your right.
This time around, no lockups, no panicking, and we will make the move work and back inside the top 20 then. Got a couple of seconds up to the Merc in front. Now we just got to try and settle down, get into a rhythm, and actually, hopefully now, get some laps under our belt. I mean, we're almost 10 minutes in, so first 10 minutes have flown by because they've been carnage. But now, yeah, we need to try and get on and improve the pace. As the Audi behind completely goes down the escape road. Don't know if he was trying to outbrake me or just missed his braking point there. Either way, he was way too far back to go for anything. A nice lock of the rears. That's going to cost us through the hairpin. But we live to fight another day. Oh, car stopped ahead again, apparently.
Is now leading.
Oh, it's another Merc that's gone round. Oh, he's just going to squeeze in right at the last moment there. He's got a lot of rear end damage. That thing looking very, very destroyed as we're trying to get a run out of the final corner. But no, just that little bit of traction bog on the exit is going to cost us. And now again, we're locked into battle once more here. I think most cars already with some battle scars. And yeah, we're not even at 1/3 distance yet of this race. But yeah, this guy struggling top end speed as well there. As he's going to be fairly confident still on the brakes down at turn 1. But yeah, like I said, could be a very, very long afternoon here in the VRS GT3 sprints. So we just got to keep our head down, get to the checkered flag. That's the most important thing, to finish first. First you must finish, but would like to make a move on this guy. Not with lines like that though, I'm going to struggle. So yeah, I do submit, yeah, big fan of the new Merc. You know, it still has its quirks, but very, very good fun when you really get into a groove with it. Don't think we're going to quite repeat the same success we got at Hockenheim. As too sure what crew chief's saying nice one about there, as you can just see how much we leant towards the wall on the exit of the corner there. I mean, we are just still slowly picking up places. Still all over the back of this guy down in towards the final sector of the lap, but he doesn't seem too slow, which is reassuring. Ooh, bit of a lock up there. That's going to cost us around the final corner again. And again, he just seems to be able to get a little bit better traction. Seems to get a better kick out of that final turn. Oh, got another one with issues down at the final few corners. Oh, there we go, BMW rammed. I think he wanted to rejoin then, so fair chance he'll take someone out behind us as he rejoins unsafely. But, yeah, still... Oh, there's a wall there. Oh, it just suddenly, one time round when you get the crank lock in, and just a wall appears on the inside, is not good. Oh, another one gone. Oh, Merc, big mistake there as well, and things might get interesting, as we've got a fleet of Mercs just in front of us, all trying to battle it out. Now, 4 position, could we pick up some pieces as we head down in towards the final sector? Yes, we might be able to there. One Merc straight off in towards the corner. I think he's damaged, because we're going to go right around the outside through the next part. Oh, guy in front hits the wall. I just have to hold the brake through the final corner there. As things, again, getting very, very congested. But, I mean, we've almost lapped P25 in this race, and we're already up into, what, P17 now, I think. So, well, yeah, definitely making good progress, actually, up the grid. Haven't really noticed that. Just as more and more cars make mistakes or box. We've got more issues, though. Another slow car, apparently. And you sort of hope, you know, once you get over the 2K mark, most people know what they're doing. I say that as the man that managed to lock up his rears trying to avoid another crash. But, yeah, it's all getting still no chance for let up, because everyone still is making mistakes. Is that the GTX Audi that we were stuck behind for ages? Yes, I think it is. How is he a lap down now? I'm not too sure how he's managed that. And now he's fighting other cars as well, so no idea what's going on there. Fingers crossed he'll move out of the way for me. Yes, he will. Thank you. Let's keep on these guys, though. We got a 3-car GT3... Sorry, Merc GT3 battle. Of course, it's a GT3 battle. Let's see if we can pick up more spots. Oh! Right in front there. Big chunk of wheel spin as we head out the final corner, and that might leave him a little bit vulnerable as we head back down towards turn 1. You can see we're gaining. As we head down in towards the first corner, and we are going to have a look to the inside there. Got to try and take our chances where we can. Late on the brakes we go. Oh, I accidentally flicked it down to first gear there. Big wobble through the first corner, but we do get the send pulled off. Obviously, what I love as well, you know, the fact iRacing, you know, you've got the working dash, everything like that. You can see that big front grille on the Merc trying to take in as much air as it can to cool the massive V8 engine. You can see the guy behind as he gets all up in your bumper again.
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left. We're halfway through. Should be about 13 minutes of fuel remaining.
So crossing over the halfway stage then in this race, of course, when we do pit, the amount of fuel we put in the car could be quite critical as well here, because a place could easily be lost in the pit lane by putting a gallon of fuel too much in, but that place can well, it can be very, very difficult to get that place back on the track there, as I try and formulate a sentence navigating our way through the final few corners. I get a lot of comments from people saying they always think it's impressive I can commentate on F1 as I drive. iRacing, it's still a bit more of a struggle, but that's because I tend to panic a lot when on the sim there. That's a new personal best, though, for the day.
Don't think about the lap times. Just hit each and every
Okay, we won't think about that.
Just falling. It's now 40 Celsius.
40 degrees Celsius track temp, and it apparently is falling at the moment. As, yeah, we're just... I mean, I don't think we're much quicker than this guy in front. So, to be honest, if we can just sort of rack up the laps and sit near him, I think that'd be quite a good thing at the moment. I think he also separates us from positive iRating territory, or at least neutral. So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, we're just getting into it, over halfway through. So the first sort of 10 minutes are always the most difficult, but now we just got to keep the pace up and keep applying pressure to this guy. Because, like I said, he's not, I wouldn't say quicker than me, but kind of dragging me along nicely as well. Sort of a good car to chase, but you're not much quicker than. We're definitely starting to get into the groove a little bit more, and I think this guy just struggling a little bit to keep us at bay at the moment. Like I said, I'm not trying to just force an area, you know, I'm not going aggressively to the inside into corners trying to bait a mistake out of him. I'm just sort of looking. The gaps, the guys in front, oh, he's coming down there as that time round, just grazing up against the wall on the exit, and you just worry those little knocks sometimes can affect the aero if you sort of lose an aero streak, something like that. But at the moment, yeah, we're still able to sort of lean on him, apply the pressure. We're taking a lot of curb though in a few spots, but then it's through the final turn I seem to be able to get often quite a much better run. As yeah, we're both taking time out of Urs and Javi in front. I probably butchered both of their names, so I apologise for that. But that's going to be another new PB then in this race, 19.6. I mean, yeah, we're running pretty competitively at the moment, but we've still got the green machine just in front of us. There was using a lot of front brakes and tyres down at turn 1, but yeah, getting more confident, getting closer to those walls everywhere at the moment, trying to just up the tempo a little bit, see whether this guy can hang. As you can just see, he's not able to maximise, you know, he's not quite able to get as close to the walls in some places as we are, but we have got to think about pitting quite soon, so whether it's worth just sort of coming in one lap early is all. That's so those little mistakes there over the bumps. That's one corner I'm still struggling with. You know, you got all those bumps on the way in, so you kind of snag the front brakes, then don't have any rotation through the corner. But yeah, 2.7 gallons then is about 5 laps. 5 laps, yeah, which is about 6.5 minutes. So I reckon, I mean, I've set it up so we get 5 gallons of fuel. I think that's going to be slightly over, but not too much. So that fine balance between, in case we just get that one extra lap. Oh, don't turn in too early. But of course, yeah, like I said, you know, it's so easy just to overfuel the car slightly and lose a place, but then can't get it back again on the road. We'll drop it down to 5 gallons, I think. That should be enough to see us through to the checkered flag, but don't want to also pit any earlier than we have to, because we are slowly picking up places through other cars like pitting or making mistakes. Because of course, if you get stuck in slower traffic, that's your afternoon ruined. Oh, Ferrari into the pits just in front of us. So now I think myself and Nicholas both going to try and overcut him even, I should say, in this race. But 3 laps left worth of fuel. It's about 4 more minutes. So we're going to box them, yeah, with about 7 minutes left on the clock. So we're still only just going sub 120s here. Really getting into the groove at the moment. But yeah, now it's a case of, do we battle him, or do we just wait for the pit stops? Because I think if we pit on a different lap to this guy, then that might be enough to make the difference. There is again another 0x as we just door the wall. Got to get close to those walls around here, but we are starting to push it to the extremes in places. Luckily it's obviously 0x's, not sort of 1x, 2x or 4x. Obviously it shouldn't affect our SR. Again though, just over those bumps, still super difficult. Oh, that was a bit late. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was, kind of. I just have no confidence through those 2 corners and I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Is he going to box? Yes, he is. So now, the game is on. We've got 2 laps
10 minutes left.
to try and overcut him in this Grand Prix. Or not even a Grand Prix, even in this race, sorry, I should say. But oh, don't hit that inside wall on the way through the pit lane there. A lot of cars boxing in, so we are slowly picking up spots. But now, we need 2 qualifying style laps before we pit. We have to push now. This is all or nothing territory in this race. As immediately they're losing a bit of time through the first sector, but Oh, getting right up towards the wall. These are critical laps. In this race, there's again getting right up towards the wall on the exits of the corners here. I'm not expecting personal bests at this point, but just 2 good, consistent laps with no mistakes, you know, could make the difference there, as we'll both be trying to push to make sure we stay ahead of each other. Oh, look at that. Right up again against the walls as we head through the S, well, not really the S section, the 2 90-degree corners. And braking again just at about the 100-meter board down into this final sector. We've just got to be patient with the car through here. I like to take a lot of curb, not often that much curb, but it doesn't give you a 1x, so we'll take it. It's through the final corner. Get all the crank lock on. More cars in front pitting. We're going to go for 1 more lap then before we box in this race. How many more places are we going to gain because of it? We're up now into... Where are we up to? Still P10 apparently at the moment. We've got to box the end of this one then. 1 more lap of pushing here at Long Beach, as I don't know whether we've just been a little bit better on the fuel than a lot of other people or what, but yeah, I mean, we could come out right next to him there as well. That was close. Just at the last second made the correction we needed to. So yeah, maybe just start to drive a little bit on edge as we're just trying to explore any last little bit of time we can get to try and hopefully jump this guy. I mean, it could all be just down to he fueled more than us and we get a huge jump on him. You never know. So again, just leaning on those rear tyres as best as possible. This Merc really does come alive when it's on low fuel. He says he understeers just a little bit through the next corner here, but we've done a couple of decent laps. So I don't know where he is behind us. I don't know why I've changed it to 5th there either, but into the pits will come at the end of this one. Also, make sure we don't get done for speeding on pit entry, but luckily, of course, unlike him, we'll be able to take a nice aggressive line into the pit lane there, because of course we got no one around us there. Get right up against the wall. Where's the pit lane? Oh, it's right up there. Wish I'd known that. That's cost us a little bit of time, but of course we'll go shortest run through the pit lane. Make sure we get square ready for the box, however. Definitely not putting tyres on, am I? No. Make sure we get the car slowed down. A little bit tentative. We've got 3 minutes of optionals. We will absolutely not be taking that, thank you very much. And then we'll just redline the car. Let's go! Back down the pit lane we head. Like I said, shortest run down through the lane. Where is our big rival then in this race? Make sure we don't go through the pace car entirely. But he's going to be close then on exit. We can see Javi, who was a couple of seconds in front there. There he goes. And now as we take off the limiter, of course there's a car approaching. That is Nicholas still, but I think we've done it. There we go. A cheeky little overcut in this race. We'll be offline through turn 1. And we have just about, have we? We'll give him the room. We've just about made it work. Oh, those were 3 critical laps in the race, and I'm not sure he's happy that we've somehow pulled it off. But yeah, now we're going to have very little fuel to see us through to the end, but it should easily be enough though, I think. Yeah, 8.5 laps worth for 6 minutes of racing is definitely enough at a 1 minute 20 average lap time. But yeah, I mean, Javi up the road seems to have done pretty well just to keep the gap a bit more level. So I think now we're going to be focusing on our mirrors rather than in front towards the end. There is all, we must have either grazed the wall or panicked that he was going to. Because where are we actually going to be then in this race? Let's just wait and see when we get back round to the start-finish line. But yeah, I don't think this guy's going to give up on it just yet. Just again, attack the curbs through this final sector. Try to avoid the second ones through there. Oh, you can just see he gets right underneath me through the hairpin there. You just see that Merc grill, the 3-pointed star, get right into your TV camera.
Clement is pitting, P11.
Oh, so we were almost lapped then in this race. I hadn't noticed that, but up to P14 then still. So into positive iRacing territory. And now, like I said, we've just got to try and hang on through these final few laps. Let's just sit down, focus.
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
Bit of a lock up
nice
there.
And smooth. Come on, let the race come to us.
And he'll have seen that and thinks maybe he can go for it. Do I see some flashing lights? Are you going to be one of those cars behind trying to throw me off? Let's wait and see. Well, into the final 2 laps then here from Long Beach. And what a sweaty, sweaty race this one has turned out to be right from the back at the start. Obviously, we had that issue early on, locked the rears trying to avoid that crash in front of us. And now at the moment, we're pretty much mid-pack. I mean, a lot of cars I'm sure behind will have probably retired or given up or rage quit or something of the like. But that's the way it goes, especially around a track like Long Beach. You know, survival is the first key there. But I mean, this guy behind still applying the pressure late on in the afternoon as we're just trying to get the car launched over those curves there again. Just door it as we head out onto the back straight, or one of the back straights even I should say. Well, don't want to do that. That was a little bit more of a hit down through the next braking zone. The car stopped on the right. Someone's got issues perhaps just up in front. Who is that? Oh, it is Rob. Rob's gone round late on in the day there, so that's going to be a freebie for us late on in the race. Just over 1 lap to go as we head down in towards the final few corners. I think we are going to see the white flag out this time round. So we've just got to try and keep hold of what is now P13 then. So I mean, yeah. What happened to my force feedback there? That was weird. Just suddenly had nothing, no resistance through the final corner there. I have no idea what that was all about, but it has come back immediately afterwards. But yeah, final lap then here from Long Beach, and what a race this has been. Round 2 of the year. Yeah, never had much luck around Long Beach in the past, so I feel like we're sort of hopefully hitting a new sort of level of consistency at the moment. But
yellow flag.
Oh, we got more yellow flags. Someone up the road might have more issues.
You've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
No idea what's going on. We got another car stopped. Is there a potential for another freebie? I think it might be a lapped car at the moment. Yes, it is. It looks like it's going to be Salvador. We were actually around early on in this race, but I mean, fair play for keeping going this late on in the afternoon. Looks like it is going to be Alan though that takes home the dub on the streets of Long Beach here as we head through the final corner of Sector 2 there, down in towards the final few turns of this race. Like I said, P26, I think we were P28 early on as well after that mistake, but to recover all the way back up to P13, I will be very, very happy with indeed. As round in the final couple of corners we go then. We are going to survive here at Long Beach. Can we try and set a PB on the final lap of the race? I think we are as well there, so just the cherry on top of the cake. But out towards the line, that's going to be, I think, on 119.3, as that is not a good place to stop as we head back through the final couple of corners. There's cars everywhere. That's a little bit chaotic as we reach the end of this race. But yeah, what a race that was then. Like I said, making up good places. And yeah, 13 iRating as well. The car's looking a bit beaten up, I think it's safe to say. But let's go have a look then at our final race results. Well, there we go then, having a look at our final race results here from Long Beach. Don't say that can't have been a bottom split event there. I mean, we had no really low iRating people, did we? I don't think the final split results have come through. There are any splits lower than us. But yeah, plus 0.17 iRating. Oh, sorry, SR even, I should say. So very, very happy with that. And 12 iRating as well there. So can walk away pretty happy. Looks like Alan actually got the job done fairly late on in the afternoon. But yeah, 4 instant points for him. James with none, though. So that's going to be a fair chunk of SR for him when all is said and done there. But yeah, second race of the year ticked off. Another decent points haul on the board there. 73 championship points as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back very, very soon with more iRacing.